Hello, and thank you for taking a couple minutes out of your time today to watch my presentation on the role of school in society. I hope throughout my presentation you learn new things as I have over the past little while. I'd like to start with a scripture I found in Doctrine and Covenants, section 88, verse 118. It says, "Seek ye diligently and teach one another words of wisdom. Yea, seek ye out the best books, words of wisdom. Seek learning even by study and also by faith." So how did this apply to us? President Brigham Young taught that the work of knowledge and intellectual development are ongoing throughout our lives and start as infants and never stop. This is so important because our knowledge that we gain here on earth is the only thing that we can take up to heaven, and we start as infants and learning, and we just need to keep learning every moment of the day because that's what we take to heaven with us, and that's one of the most important things that we can take from here. And this also raises the question in my head, how is public school influencing our future generation? And then this is what I've chosen to do my research on. So to start off, I came up with 3 questions. And the first one is, which type of school is more effective, private, charter, or public school, and why? Second, what role does public school play in the development of children's personalities and who they are? Is it truly helping them reach their true potential? Number 3, in what ways can teachers and community members improve the schools in their own communities? Starting off with number 1, I made a chart of private school, charter schools, and public schools. And for the first point, I put roughly how much each school would cost. The second is the admission policies, how easy and likely it is for your student to get into these schools. And third is just kind of overview on the type of teachers that work there. And every parent wants to put their children in the best school, and they want the best education for their child. And when selecting a school for your child, these are some questions that you need to consider is, how much do you want to pay? The private school is going to cost a lot more than the public school, and then also you want to look at the admission policies, like how likely will it be for your child to get into this school. Like, it's going to be a lot harder to get into the private school than the public school. And something else you also want to look at is the teachers, like what kind of teachers are working there. Also, you want to look at the different academic programs and class sizes that have, and also something you want to look at the racial and religious diversity of that school. But most importantly, you just need a school that would be the best fit for your child, that would provide them with the best education and the best fit for you and your family. So number 2 is, what role does public school play in the development of children's personalities and who they are? Is it truly helping them reach their true potential? And sending a child to school in a public environment, they will be and are exposed to a bunch of different elements. And right here, as you can see in the chart on the right, I have 4 different elements: society, economics, governance, and education. This cycle is something that all students who on their education journey that they will go through, everyone who goes through this educational journey will go through all 4 of these different elements. And schools, they serve a number of different functions in our society just beyond the academic knowledge and skills. And this can be directly related to a manifest function, which is that people believe is the obvious purpose of school and education. And with this manifest function, there are 2 different levels. The first one is socialization, where individuals acquire personal identity and learn the knowledge, language, and social skills required to interact with others in a social environment. And number 2 is the culturalization, where transmission of cultural normals and values to new generations. So it's a bunch of different students coming all together and talking about their different ideas and beliefs. Number 3, I found a book written by Kathy Gardner Chadwick called Improving Schools Through Community Engagement. And throughout this book, she points out so many different, very effective points and different ways that to get the community and parents involved in their children's education. And she says, a more engaged community results in improving and learning. The energy of parents and teachers and communities working together starts small and spreads over time. The possibilities for action are endless. So, just as she said, a more engaged community results in improving teaching and learning, and also the energy of the parents and the teachers. When everyone is energetic and anxious to help their children learn, they will be too, and they will be excited, and the quality of their learning experience will improve so much better. So to conclude, I'd like to end with this quote, and it says, schools help to mold a diverse population into one society with a shared national identity and prepare future generations for their citizenship roles. This is why education is so important, because it is literally molding our future generations. And if without school and society, it'd just be up to each individual to prepare their students, and not everyone would be up to that. So school and society is such an important thing and should always be treated like so, because it is producing our future generations. Thank you for listening today.